National Agricultural Seeds Council, Nasc, is the apex regulatory body for the Nigerian seed industry. Nasc is at the center of Nigeria's seed sector as the principal institution for the coordination and implementation of the national seed policy. Amongst many other challenges affecting the seed sector, the dearth of plant breeders in our National Agricultural Research Institute continues to attract attention. The Nasc, in collaboration with the Alliance for Green Revolution in Africa, AGRA, United States Agency for International Development, USAID, Rockefeller Foundation, and UK Aid under the Partnership for Inclusive Transformation in Africa, PIATA, is poised to reverse this trend through the introduction of a plant variety protection (PVP) legislation, granting plant breeders an intellectual property right over their planting materials, encourage further innovation, diversity of breeding, and increased investment in plant breeding. Due to the existence of PVP law, the Netherlands generates $2.6 billion from seeds exports annually. Kenya generates $1.8 billion from flour exports annually. Nigeria generates $0 due to the lack of a PVP law.
Seed is the beginning of agriculture. When we have very good genetics that produce very, very high yield, we want to call it seed security. And if we have seed security, we are going to have food security. So we are going to have more food being produced and productivity is going to increase.
The Seed Council is the government regulatory agency for seed activities in Nigeria. We coordinate and regulate all activities that have to do with seeds. Our own table for the seed industry in Nigeria, we discover over time that it has 3 legs. The 4th leg is missing, and that 4th leg is usually the leg for the plant breeders' right, the plant variety protection law.
The PVP is actually the plant variety protection law. What we can discuss as a balanced, protection of property rights, for people in agriculture, particularly plant breeders.
PVP bill is actually a legal designation, is a legal document that is meant to protect breeders, to give them their rights, and then to motivate them to do more, because it gives them intellectual property rights, so that whatever variety of a crop that you have developed, a new variety of crop, either for disease resistance, for insect or drought tolerant, whatever it is, using whatever technology that once you do it, you are free to patent it.
PVP is like kind of an instrument that allows breeders to benefit from the work of their intellect. Yeah, so just like we have various forms of intellectual property. We have the trades, we have design, and then plant variety, it's one part of it. But then unfortunately in Nigeria, the trade and design law expressly prohibits the protection of plant variety.
Plant Variety Protection Act gives confidence to breeders, not only in Kenya, but all over the world.
Research costs a lot. When you do a work that you are not rewarded, or you see no future benefits, you may a bit slow down from investing into it. When the protection is there and the assurance of making gains out of breeding comes up through the PVP, breeders will get to work.
PVP is a big thing in the Netherlands. We are a front runner in this field. We export for 2.4 billion euros worth of seed, but also worldwide 40% of all vegetable seeds, for example, come from the Netherlands. So the PVP is one of the factors that have really contributed to the Dutch seed sector being amongst, if not the most innovative ones in the world.
Flour industry in Kenya brought in 192 billion Kenya shillings into the GDP of this country. If there were no protection, then those flowers and horticultural products could not have been produced in this country.
The The absence of the Plant Variety Protection Law, PVP, has caused Nigerian farmers to suffer greatly from low yields due to the use of fake seeds that are available in the market.
Almost 3 years back now, if I plant this cowpea that I got from market, I will not get it. It will not germinate. I now leave the one from market. I now continue with the national agricultural seed. When I harvest that one, I got almost 10 bags. But when I harvest the one that I plant two seeds in one hole, I have to get like 4 bags.
There is really something called fake certified seeds, the ones that goes to the farmer, that I can understand. If the PVP is implemented, what now will happen is that within the enclave of the seed sector, you will have breeders who will now take it upon themselves to develop their own varieties. It allows for competition because each breeder that develops a variety owns the intellectual rights. So somebody cannot infringe. Unlike the situation now, if you bring any variety because there is no law on ground, somebody can copy and paste like you do in the computer of your variety and go and sell somewhere.
But PVP is also important to attract seed companies to Nigeria. It will create a much faster turnover of new varieties, and in that sense farmers will benefit. So to get access to more new varieties.
Even the farmers are not protected because they can't be sure that the varieties they are buying is actually what they are buying, because it will be some kind of counterfeit seeds in the market. The PVP law benefits the farmers in that once it's enacted, there should be some kind of list or some kind of ownership, some kind of traceability of seed in the sector. But where we don't have this in place, the farmers don't even have access or a reliable source for quality seeds.
A farmer that has fallen victim of fake seed, the PVP law wants to give him comfort that whatever he sees being sold or patented or packaged will definitely be what he should get. If it says this variety is going to give him 7 tons per hectare, he should be able to hit 7 tons per hectare. That's what the PVP law stands to guarantee.
By 2050, the population of the world will be 9 billion, and most of this population will be in Africa. Nigeria is one country where among the 3 that the population will increase the most. And when we can give farmers the best quality genetics, then we can be sure that come 2050 we can feed Nigerians, and we can also feed our neighbors who depend, hugely on us.
This is not about the Seed Council. It is about the future of Nigeria. It's about the future of even the next generation. It's about the future of West Africa, because we produce between 60 and 70% of the food being used in West Africa.
Because of those such commitments, we believe that we should be able to kind of have the light material that should attract the international community. We should be able to kind of export them. Once such a demand is made on us, they will continue to make those demands because the quality of those materials are sure, and the process of continuous improvement, will be on. And all efforts towards improving existing and generating new varieties will be preserved because of the Plant Variety Protection Law.
It is important, though, if you have a PVP law, that it's also enforced so that fraud is prevented, otherwise it doesn't work.
We have to actually learn from the experiences of other countries like that of Ethiopia. There's a crop called teff in Ethiopia, and before the Ethiopians could wake up, somebody from Britain or somewhere came and actually took it away and patented it. By the time Ethiopians are aware, or they wanted to actually patent it, it became impossible because somebody was faster than them. PVP law is actually very important, so as to be able to conserve and protect our ecosystem.
The issue at stake is, if government really wants to make an impact in agriculture, we have to take the aspect of planting material, seeds, really serious.
PVP law, we also encourage end user preferred traits products. In that case, there will be germplasm exchange, so there will be more collaboration because everybody wants to develop new product that is uniform, distinct and stable.
Due to the lack of PVP law in Nigeria, seed breeders do not have access to royalties on seeds they produce, and as a result, farmers suffer from low yields because of the use of fake seeds.
The plant breeders' right or the PVP law will create more opportunities for plant breeders to come into the seed sector, knowing that wherever we're able to develop, we'll be able to get royalty for it. Also, the seed companies too would also be happy because they're actually going to be getting royalty for whichever product or whichever new variety they have and it's in the market.
First and foremost, this is about Nigeria. Okay, the first, support that people that NASC will need is the public support.
We have a project to introduce plant variety protection law. This project is coming with the support of AGRA and the USAID, the UKAID, the Rockefeller Foundation, and the Bill and Gate Foundation under the umbrella of PIATA, the Partnership for Inclusive Agri-Transformation in Africa. These donors have come together to support Nigeria to, kickstart the framework. And so far, we've been very fortunate that over a year ago that we started this project, we've made, meaningful milestones. We've been able to get UPOF to look at our bill, the draft, and they've been able to approve it and accept it as fit.
Currently, what we've done is we've introduced the framework for the introduction of the PVP. The law is currently at the National Assembly. That's passed the first and second reading. That law has been sent to the committee, so it's at the committee stage at the moment. The next step will be public hearing. So we are also in contact with members of the National Assembly so that we can facilitate this public hearing and so that we can get to the next level and see that this law is passed as soon as possible.
The message I'm passing is for the National Assembly members, the parliamentary members, both House and Senate, to actually fast-track the passage of this bill. Because right now we need to join UPOF, and for you to be a member of UPOF, you have to have your PVP law in place. And for us to have that law in place, this bill has to be passed by the National Assembly and then taken to Mr. President for assent.
The government should do whatever it takes to really fast-track this to come into place, because this is just at an infant stage.
I want to thank all the partners who have accompanied us in this journey so far, but the journey is still long. I want to most importantly thank the Honorable Minister that has supported us. We want to thank government and all the other stakeholders who have assisted us. But like I mentioned, the journey is very long. So we are calling on all agencies, development partners, government, the Ministry of Agriculture, even the Seed Association of Nigeria, the NASD, interested stakeholders, farmers organizations, the SIDAN, and all the stakeholders in the seed industry.
Technologies don't just come, right? They are product of research, painstaking efforts, to ensure that something new comes in. So it's a public good that benefits several people, and we have a right to support that.
This is just the best time for Nigeria to, take the initiative, be truly the giant of Africa, and also have a plant variety protection law in place and also benefit from what we've been missing, because we stand to gain a lot. We have a lot of crops, a lot of varieties, a lot of plants in Nigeria that we can protect, and this can give us benefit, not only for food, but in medicines, in other, area of our human endeavor.
I want everybody to come on board and advocate for the passage of the PVP law. With the PVP law, we can increase productivity, we can increase breeding activity, we'll have diversity of breeders, and our farmers will reap from the benefit of good breeding and genetic materials.
The PVP law is the best gift that farmers in Nigeria can get, and for me, I think this is time to give farmers the best gift they deserve. Pass the PVP law.
On a final note, I want to implore everybody to join hands with the council. So in very I'm saying, let us join hands together to ensure the smooth passage of the PVP law, because it is for you, it is for me, it's for all Nigerians. Thank you very much.